Hi, my name is Phyllis Levitt, and I would love to share with you what my experience has been over many, many years, both as a psychotherapist and as someone who has been also a spiritual seeker for most of my life. And I would also really like in this process to share with you how those two worlds have come together for me in ways that I think are very important for most of us in the world today, given the severity of our world situation, both with climate change and with the level of destruction that we are capable of, and the level of divisiveness and violence that we see escalating all around us. And that so many people are kind of wondering, like, how did we get here? With all the amazing things we have created, the inventions, our intelligence, our capacity for love and care, how did we get to a place where so many of the dominating forces in our society are destructive and hateful and support violence and discrimination? So these are some of the many, many questions that I think people are asking today, and that I was asking in my own life a long time ago, just in terms of my own personal experience of why I was experiencing so much darkness, so much of a lack of love and a sense of belonging, um, so kind of lost and alone in a world that seemed so full of connected people around me. And um, so, there was a critical moment in my spiritual journey, which kind of really grew out of that sense of aloneness. I think that I was really seeking a connection to God since I didn't really have much of a connection that was satisfying or fulfilling or loving with a lot of other people. I turned to my spiritual path pretty exclusively until I came to a point where I realized that I was looking for God's love as almost as a replacement for the love that I was hoping to get from other people. And at that point, I turned to psychology, and I went to therapy, and I began to realize pretty quickly that our conditioning and our early life experiences have everything to do with how we feel about ourselves, how we interact with other people, what we believe about the world around us, and even what we strive for and believe about God and spirit. And so my energy shifted for quite a long time to the world of psychotherapy. I was a client for many years, and I eventually became a psychotherapist myself. And then those two worlds, very unexpectedly, the world of spirit and the world of psychology, very unexpectedly collided and came incredibly together in a very powerful moment in 1994 when I was processing in a therapy situation very painful early childhood trauma, which I came to realize was the source of the darkness that had motivated so much of my striving in life and my feelings of aloneness and my search for God was this very fundamental early childhood trauma of abuse. And in the therapy process, when I was at my very darkest moment, I was writing in my journal, and I pretty much said to God, I give up. I'm not getting out of the work that I'm doing with the therapist that I was working with. I'm not getting the relief or the breakthrough or the feeling of emergent light that I was so longing for and that I knew was possible for people because I was a therapist myself and I had worked with so many clients who were coming out of the darkness of painful early childhood conditioning. But I wasn't getting it myself and I didn't know why, and it almost became like further confirmation that there was something wrong with me until this moment when I was writing in my journal and I said to God, I give up. I really don't know what else to do. If there's something else the little girl inside me needs to say, let her say it, but I'm at a loss. And at that moment, as I was writing in my journal, a divine voice very clearly entered my consciousness and began speaking to me as I wrote in my journal. And I didn't even quite realize it until I saw the difference of the words on the page and the quality of the vibration of love and warmth and connection that was filling my entire being. My body, my mind, my heart, my soul was just lit up totally unexpectedly, totally miraculously. And that began a journey for me in receiving divine messages from this divine source about what my soul was doing here in all the painful experiences of Phyllis Levitt. And that morphed immediately into what all our souls are doing here in our human form on earth today. And I have been writing from this divine source for many, many years, and the messages that I have received have been unbelievably illuminating about what our souls are doing here in human form, and also have connected intricately to the psychological understanding that I have gained over many years as a psychotherapist and as a client myself. And this is what I would like to share with you. Today is just an introductory message about the journey that I would like to go on with you in sharing the messages that I was given and how they apply to the critical nature of what we're facing in the world today and the mental health and well-being of the human race. So that's what I'm going to do in all future messages. This is the introduction. And again, my name is Phyllis Levitt, and I hope to see you for my next installment. Thank you so much.